time we left off, we had 30 power, and we were going to do Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts, I believe is what it's called. But then I had the decision of we're just going to go find 20 more power quickly, so that we can do both Adamant and the Winter Palace. So we are going to do that. How is your guys' day going? I've had a somewhat good day. I've mostly slept through it though. But I was looking at the map and making a couple decisions as to where we could go. We can go to... One of the places we will go is back to the western approach. There's a mine here that we have to go... We'll go search through. We won't follow the trail. We'll set up camp right here. Then right over here in this area there is a keep called the Griffin Wing. So we will go get that. As well, I was also looking in the hinterlands and that it doesn't look like I have any more. There's a couple more Fade Rifts in the hinterlands. They're a little ways off the trail over here. So I was thinking we could go find one. But I was also looking at the Storm Coast. Now there's a couple that we can go to, one here, one there, to get power. So we have a bit of stuff that we can do. Then as we go through it and that, we will do it together. So let us get to it. So first we will head to the western approach. So while we also have a Fade Rift right here that we can go close as well, so we will go do that.
Flag of turnips into the fire. Ah, make it, the smell is everywhere.
But first, let us go down to the Endercroft and see if I can make a crossbow. Nope. So I guess I won't be taking Sarah with me. On my other profile in that I'm actually past where we're at. I'll take Dorian, I suppose. I am now that I've gone past, on that one I decided to kill Empress Celine. Not because that is one of the choices you are given, is to just let her die. I don't particularly like that idea, but I figured I'd give it a try and let Gaspard and Briella run together, with Briella being Empress. So I suppose I'll keep an eye on that profile and see how that goes. But here we are in the western approach. Be honest, I don't really like being here. It's freaky. And that Fade Rift that we are going to close should be somewhere around here. There is 32. In order to do both right now, we need 50. Which we are able to get, I know that. So that mine that we are going to be looking for is right here. And then it actually looks kind of funky on the inside, but it's nice. Dorian gets fire.
So the Venatori want to keep us out. Shall we listen to them?
So actually this is where you'll find the keep. And that it doesn't really show up on the map all that well. But I will show you where it is. You'll find this place a bit weird when you first walk into it. And I'll explain to you why and how it's happened. So where we're actually headed into is actually a Tevinter ruin. And it was... it's called the Still Ruins. You won't see it right away. Because right now all you see are guards walking around.
That's disconcerting.
So like Cassandra says, it is.
Prison. I don't think this was the Venatori.
It's as if time's been slowed. The power to accomplish this
Would attract the Venatori's attention.
So as they said in that, it's everything is stilled. And that's it.
Nothing's happening. The magic here is interfering with the anchor.
That it's a freaky thing, but it's explainable too. This is why it's called the Still Ruins. It's because when the Venatori first entered into here, that they had somehow frozen it.
The texts describe a chamber. This must be it.
So there we go, we've killed them all. It's that's basically it, was just stop the Venatori here.
He was carrying this stone for a reason.
The markings on it. I've heard of keystones that bear the same.
Keep searching. There may be more.
But yeah, that is not the only reason we are going to be here. Come on. There it is. Believe it's a staff we get from here. So there's a second one.
Lighted sand. How novel.
Third one, you can find orders here, or research notes. When you light the veil fire, do hold on to it. Not because you will need it while you're in the room. Be honest, it looks very creepy having them just stand around like that, frozen. Frick, stop doing that. Nice, so I will show you how to unfreeze the time here. When you do though, you'll see that all of them will start fighting. You won't see it, you'll hear it. And that the doors behind you will have been shut, I believe. I recommend, either way, I recommend staying out of sight as long as you can.
A staff? Is this what they were after?
I'd be careful with that, if I were you. Just a thought.
So here's your rune. You can lose that now. It says all blood magic. So I'll actually just show you the staff that I got. It's what it is. It's not the best. I usually just sell it.
I think time's flowing again.
But out here you see so many enemies. That all the Venatori that you see in that, they've all disappeared.
Hurry, before this gets worse.
So there's that Fade Rift. Be careful of that Pride Demon. Or not the Pride, the Shade there. The Despair Demon there, here. It is the only one you will see in here, but oh, there you are.
It's done. Someone would have freed the demons eventually. At least we were here to stop them.
We'll activate that. One of the other things we'll do is So now we'll go get the camp, and then I'll take you to then we'll go to Griffin's Wing Keep. I love how they just think they're going to be able to get away with it. So, you can't really see it right now, but that tower up there, just behind that is where our camp will be.
Lovely. Tell me we won't be fighting that creature.
She won't. At one point we will be having to fight the dragon, but won't be right away.
We can't cross this. Someone at Skyhold will have a solution.
Hey, we leveled up. We shall okay. Take this one right here, the focus teamwork. If you can, try to avoid the wolves, but it's kind of impossible.
Let's look around.
Watch yourself!
So here's our camp.
Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
So here as we actually head over this ridge, see what looks to, you see that giant like castle looking thing in the distance? That is Griffin Wing Keep. What's his fade? There we go. We still have all eight potions. Finnick. So right here, Griffin Wing Keep, this is what we are going to attack.
Shall we knock? Gladly.
Venatori! Beat them! Prepare them!
That leader is calling from all the way at the top. We will kill him.
We serve, Inquisitor! In life and in death!
Well, they're down there on that because they're fighting warriors.
The warrior!
Still have enough to go to it.
Here, Inquisitor! I am ready to serve! Life is nothing! We will raise! Goodbye! I join your glory.
Slap a coat of paint on it, you'd have a halfway decent hovel.
There we go. That keep is now ours. You get 5 power for each keep that you conquer.
Inquisitor, you're early. We've barely been set up a week. I have a patrol of...
So there, we have 47 right now.
The man sighted Darkspawn in it. I'll prepare the... They're holed up at... Commander Cullen. We have to find what... If anything, no...
It's actually a fairly good keep, and whenever I have things to sell, this is where I go. There, Blackwell, so... There we go.
The Inquisitor's coming this way.
Okay, let's see. So for the dark spawn, that come around here, you'll find a bit of this right here.
We can't cross this. The darkspawn got through.
And that we will head back over there. Go, let us head to the other camp that we can set up. Be careful not to get shot by the arrows. We'll go take care of that Fade Rift there. Haha. Skiv says 49. And then we're not that far from that Inquisition camp that we can set up. so we'll go set that up. Then before we go do Adamant and Unworthy Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts, we are first going to go talk with Liliana, and I will explain to you why once we get back to Skyhold.
Inquisitor.
So here we are in Skyhold.
Law has a certain
Come up here. If you have any research, turn it in.
Our agents have encountered more followers of Corypheus, these so-called Venatori. Their leader, Calpurnia, has them searching Elven ruins. For what, I do not know. I propose we stop the Venatori before they find what they seek.
Do you know anything about Calpurnia?
Only that Calpurnia is a name from ancient Tevinter legend, an unusual one. She was a priestess of Dumat, foster mother to the founder of the Imperium. A name like that is meant to assure the Venatori they follow in the footsteps of legends. We must prove them wrong.
What strategy do you have in mind?
A subtle approach. These Venatori have been shadowing a merchant called Vicinius on Calpurnia's orders. They've investigated his I propose that you meet with Vicinius. Flatter him. Find...
If flattery doesn't...
I'll make a hope...
So that is what we are going to do first. Because then, well, we're doing either Adamant or the Winter Palace. We can have Liliana and Digna doing the second part. In total to this, there are 4 parts. The first part is going to be here in Val Royeaux. The next 2 parts will be at the war table. And then the 4th part will be in an undisclosed location. I know what it's called, I just don't want to tell you guys because that'll spoil the fun. But we come over here and we go through there.
What happened here? And where is the merchant we intended to meet?
For more field workers, get me scribes, library slaves, smartest you can find. They have to be able to read and write. Former runaways are fine, so long as they were clever about it. This Venatori leader, Calpurnia, is paying a fortune for our best and brightest stock. Delivered to her personally. Don't ask me why. One thing, don't send any with brands or whip marks. We had a couple branded slaves in the last shipment. Her people sent the couriers back with burns on their faces. They said Calpurnia doesn't take kindly to damaged stock. Strange tick for a magister, but her gold's good enough. Vicinius.
It seems Vicinius angered Calpurnia by sending her mistreated slaves.
Really? Most Intervinter wouldn't bother to care.
She was paying a fortune for literate slaves.
But she has the Venatori. Unless... Perhaps dear Calpurnia has something she wishes to hide.
This is shipment 14 healthy males, elf. 3 literate former scribes and bookkeepers set aside for C. 5 healthy human males. Deduct 20 from 1 for missing hand. 10 healthy female elves. 7 healthy human females. 2 literate set aside for Calpurnia. 350 sovereigns paid in full, plus 150 sovereigns. Down payment for next month's shipment. A notice scribbled below. Reserved more for next time. Lots of demand.
An invoice for a shipment of slaves.
Vicinius was selling more than Rosewood then.
Charred notebook. Body of the merchant.
It seems the Venatori tired of following him.
Let's look around.
Find this crystal pieces.
Let's find the pieces. Here's another one. The crystal's whole again, but hold on.
Lady Calpurnia, I had no intention. I warned you of consequences should the slaves you bring me suffer in your care. Venatori, show him my displeasure. No! Wait! Wait!
A dwarven relic, restoring memories. There's 1 or 2 in Minrapis. Very rare.
Dagna might know what to make of it.
That's pretty much it. So we will go back to Liliana. We talk with Liliana, we talk with Dagna, we go to the war table and we'll do the mission for Dagna, then we'll do Adamant as she's doing that. As if Liliana's done on her last mission. I don't... should be. We didn't go into the war room.
ship? Here is the request, Harriet. Are there any special instructions?
Your trip to the merchant's home yielded results. Before she became leader of the Venatori, Calpurnia was a slave from Minrathous. Even slaves with magic are treated unkindly in Tevinter. If Corypheus freed her, no wonder she follows him.
She must believe freedom will reign under Corypheus.
Perhaps. Calpurnia has freed every slave she's purchased. Vicinius tracked his shipments. My agents will investigate. This may lead... In the meantime...
So we will now go talk with Dagna.
Amazing find, Inquisitor. The Shaperid in Orzammar had something like it.
Greetings to you too, Dagna.
They preserve voices, or a likeness. Memories, you know? You don't know. Doesn't matter. The Venatori cracked it, but here...
These documents you found, Inquisitor. I've made interesting... discoveries.
Under fear of demons.
But the power will draw them unless you have wards against possession.
Once you have become the vessel, demons will be beneath your concern. Prepare as I have directed.
I shall, Elder One.
Sod it. Oh, sorry. The crystal couldn't take anymore. Wasn't meant for this.
That looked like Corypheus and Calpurnia.
It was a memory stored in the crystal.
No, that was vital information. Did you see Calpurnia's expression? Their alliance may be less than harmonious.
Corypheus said Calpurnia was going to be a vessel. A vessel for what?
They spoke of power and demons. But Calpurnia is already a magister. Corypheus must have some other plan.
The crystal showed us Calpurnia hasn't bought into Corypheus's myth just yet.
Well, I'm no shaper, but I might be able to get it to remember new sounds.
Really? If we hid it among Calpurnia's belongings, imagine what we could learn.
I can split it and keep half here. We could hear her speaking right then. It's not how they're supposed...
Inquisitor, if this crystal were placed in a lair, I cannot overstate the value of what we might learn.
Dagna, do whatever it takes to get...
If there's a...
I'll have the crystal...
So there's the third part.
And what else did Lady Forsythia? It's become a somewhat delicate task. But I confess I do miss my staff from the end.
I have time if you'd like...
I wouldn't wish to.
If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered.
Well, I admit there are a few potential alliances it would be good to discuss. Right on the parlor floor, in front of everyone at the soiree. such a thing in front of their guests.
The Duke of Kellington, apparently.
And then there's Cole's lurking. It frightens our guests half to death. Lord Jennar still won't respond to our letters. And Sarah, can she not find a single overshirt without mustard stains on it? Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already?
It went by so quickly, I didn't even notice.
You're far too... I didn't intend to go on for so long. You must think me quite the gossip.
You've been working continually since I met you, Josephine.
And that can't stop. But...
It's actually quite nice giving her something to talk about. Go.
Inquisitor.
So we'll do Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts first.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Dorian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been Emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a Chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most Chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The Chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only. She has organized the elves of Halam Sharal into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
Wait, the Elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress.
It's not widely known. Just if it's even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
So are the 3 that I'm taking with me.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies, or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
It is a great pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor Lavellen. Bringing the Templars into your ranks was not just a brilliant military move, but a clever political ploy as well. Imagine.
I'll leave all the chat here as it is, so you guys can just hear it.
Emperor of Orlais.
And which one was the rightful one again? I keep getting them confused.
The handsome, charming one, of course, my lady. I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. My lady, are you prepared to shock the court by walking into the Grand Ball with a hateful usurper? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
I can't imagine that crowd has seen anything better than us in their entire lives.
You're a woman after my own heart, my lady. As a friend, perhaps there is a matter you could undertake this evening. This elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
Tell me there's more to your suspicion than the elves were acting dodgy.
That Ambassador Briala used to be a servant of Celine. That is, until my cousin had her arrested for crimes against the Empire to cover up a political mistake. If anyone in this room wishes Celine harm, Inquisitor, it's that. She certainly has reason. Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that an Inquisitor?
An elf savage! Oh, Maker forbid!
This is Gaspard's idea of a joke. Where has that servant gone? Elves, always shirking their duties.
Mika, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Is this the ring you're looking for?
You are a treasure! I cannot believe you found it! Enjoy the party.
What is Gaspar?
So the statue that we do find up here and that you can open that door with. I will choose not to.
Do you mind? We don't wish to be disturbed.
Interesting.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
At this door, you can easily just open and go in. I do recommend that you do sell the stuff you have in your inventory.
Inquisitor, a moment.
If you're a rogue, I
must warn you.
highly recommend it.
How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
Don't they sound delightful? I'm shocked we haven't invited the court to dinner at Skyhold.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer staring down Corypheus.
You're just full of joy and light this evening.
Everything will be fine. Andraste, watch over us all.
As you walk down through the Great Hall, do not, and as you talk to the Empress, do not make any mention of an assassination attempt on her life.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lady Inquisitor Lavellen. Shepherd and leash of the wayward Order of Templars, purger of the heretics from the ranks of the faithful.
Emma, smile. This is all for show, my dear.
Champion of the Blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Seeker, Cassandra, Allegra, Portia, Calogera, Philomena.
Get on with it.
Pantagast, 14th cousin to the King of Navarra, 9-time.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor?
Lady Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
I am delighted to be here, Your Majesty.
We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand tales for long evenings. How do you find Halam Shiral?
I've never seen anything to equal the Winter Palace.
We hope you will find time to take in some of its beauty. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
Are they in good health?
So if you want to talk with Josephine, that's her sister.
It's true. The Templars have
I heard Celine was having the entire week.
And that if you feel like chatting a bit and that you can, you do have a bit of time, but I tend to get straight to work.
Hoping it would catch you. He pointed the
So it's just blackmail and some apostate at court. Just tidy Inquisitor things.
Boring.
So we'll hit Xer, and then we will eavesdrop.
We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else.
I'll come back to that.
Inquisitor Levella, don't head into the servants' wing if you've had your neck. Not one else gone in there tonight who'll come out again.
Our man was supposed to make a pickup in the garden hours ago. Bastard's likely dead by now.
So they dropped a bit of a hint there.
Did you hear what Gaspar said?
Well, well. What's this?
These are elf movements.
Interesting.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
So we will go do that.
May we have a word? The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
I'm always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor. Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in her holy endeavor. She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspar is defeated.
Let me guess. All she wants in return is for me to help her defeat the Duke.
Oh, This is not meant as a bargain by any means, Inquisitor.
The support of the Empress is not conditional. It will be yours once the negotiations are concluded.
The Empress is the most skilled diplomat in Thedas. Gaspar is hopelessly out of his depth.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
The only one to survive the Temple of Sacred Ashes, yes.
So we climb up this lovely thing. I always figure I get weird low when I start. If you guys want to, there is Veilfire here. Now you light the urns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it'll open up. This is Morgan. You have that she's working on learning things.
The faces talk even when they aren't moving. Silk on satin on skin, always wanting, chaste but chaste, too many.
Are you all right, Cole? You seem distracted. More than usual.
They have faces inside their faces, lying with a layer that tells the truth. I don't know how to help them.
Have you observed anything happening yet?
Liliana has many faces. When she puts on a new one, she changes all the way down.
What are you doing, Cole?
A fallen fan can cut like a kiss. Hot breath from the wrong boy on the naked maiden's neck. I helped until they made me stop. Now they've all forgotten.
Stay out of trouble, Cole.
Socks get wet when the tide rises.
So here we are.
Just gossip.
Some areas in that you can find that you can get information from. Like, let's see if we can get a bit of information from here.
Waste of time.
It's a challenge, just gotta look for it.
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith. Delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring
this is the apostate at court.
Creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
I'm here on important business concerning the entire Empire.
As am I, it seems. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening, hunting in every dark. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I hope so. I could use another ally here.
A sentiment I share, considering recent events.
Recent events?
Recently I found and killed An unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet, if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants' quarters. This key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere.
Does she not?
Proceed with caution. What comes?
So we're not actually going back into the grand ballroom. Going back over here. Vivian, Liliana, Colin, sorry, Josephine, Cassandra, Cole. This is the Royal Wing entrance over here. Royal Rooms, Royal Wing, vestibule to main level. So yeah, well,
this could be worth checking out.
We have enough approval that we can go do it. And we have enough court approval that we can take our time. If you have less than 30, that I recommend doing a quick run through of it if you know what you're doing. If you don't follow this, I will show you the quick scaled guide of it and how to get through all of it. Trust me, it's very easy. I'll save that for later. You will find Venatori agents here.
Must be the elves Briala's people are looking for.
But we will try and jump up there to get that. And this you do have to put on your weapons for each one. Keep his hat off of him. So we'll come down here, find an emissary.
This was no servant. What was he doing here?
This man was a council of Herald's emissary. Curious to find him here. The crest of the Chalon family. Duke Gaspard will answer for this.
Time to have a word with the Duke. Venatori agents! The Venatori were watching this approach. They're organized.
Watch yourself, you will find Venatori agents everywhere throughout here. You will have to fight a few of them. Up here, you will find another hollow statue. You will have to search for it. But you come in over here and it's laying there on the floor. If you're a mage and you're about to be attacked from behind, I recommend using your invisibility, your cloak of invisibility, and that it will help. But don't go through there. Don't go through that one. Come in here, you can find chests in here. Same thing in here, and that you can find things you'll need, like I don't know why it just kicked me back out to there. That was very odd, but that's whatever. Come back, we'll get that. That's about all you can find in here. Come through here, through here. If you can, try and avoid them. We have 3. That's what we needed to open this. Pick up that.
Stored away in a palace safe. Unwise, Celine.
Stored sorrow, hidden hurt. She couldn't throw it away.
So it's like, it's kind of like Liliana said. Ambassador Briala was a jilted lover of Empress Celine. I love when they walk into the trap.
Fancy meeting you here.
This is Ambassador Briala.
Inquisitor Llewellyn. Slumming in the 7th. We haven't been properly introduced, have we? I'm Ambassador Briala.
Impressive shot, Ambassador.
Welcome to the Imperial Court, friend. This is our diplomacy at work. You clean this place out. It will take a month to get all the Tevinter blood off the marble. I came down to save or avenge my missing people. But you've beaten me to it. So, the Council of Herald's emissary in the courtyard. That's not your work, is it?
He was dead when I arrived.
I expected as much. You may have arrived with the Grand Duke, but you don't seem to be doing his dirty work. I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers, but killing a council emissary? Bringing Tevinter assassins into the palace? Those are desperate acts. Gaspard must be planning to strike tonight.
He can try, but I'll stop him.
I wish you luck. What could you do with an army of elves? We can... I know which way... And...
Cassandra can disapprove.
Is there anyone here who is not corrupt?
It's a game, my dear. Everyone plays it here.
It is true. A lot of people do. At 42, we will head back to ballroom. Come out, I slow them. And I head back into the grand ballroom, where our next thing is dancing. Before I head back into the grand ballroom, and that I'll show you where I'll go first. Because there's two places I will go. Last four, open up the list.
Interesting.
So actually first, eavesdrop on them before you go talk with them.
Did you see that knife-edged servant girl in the kitchen? The ginger.
Keep talking. I am starting to believe I was there.
I need to get one of them.
Don't we all?
Is it true what they say? You're the Inquisitor, are you not? We heard stories of your accomplishments.
Yes, and?
I told you, Phil.
Not everyone fights an archdemon and lives to tell. It's an inspiration.
If you'd like, Commander Cullen could give you all the details of that battle. He's in the ballroom.
Really? But I shouldn't leave my post.
You'd only be gone a moment.
Philippe, the world is coming to an end. If we don't hear this story now, we'll never have a chance.
You're right. Thank you, Inquisitor. Let's go.
So you get rid of them.
There must be something here.
Orders, what's that? Again, if you're a rogue, you can open that. I believe all of them you need deft hands, fine tools. But we have enough court approval to be gone a little bit longer.
ship should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
I can't imagine Gaspard being vitriolic. What's the matter?
The Grand Duke bears a grudge against the Council for refusing him the crown. He's threatened death if they refuse him again, collectively and individually. What backwater did you come from? Everyone knows that.
So we just lost court approval there, but...
Well, well. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. What else should he do with his life? My niece, Florian. It's war.
So we lost some, but we gained some there. Eavesdrop.
Well, that's useful.
Ah, frick, I need one more.
Interesting.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
Eavesdrop on them a little bit more.
Because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone...
Did you need something? You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
There we go.
This is a private conversation.
If I heard correctly, you'd like to stop the rebel mages. We share a common goal.
We have had enough of the fires and the raids and the constant threat of violence. My steward will contact your ambassador. I have skilled people who could be put to great use.
Gentlemen.
So yeah, you can get an agent here.
Inquisitor Lavalin. We met briefly. I am Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. Welcome to my party.
Why am I not at all surprised that you want to see me now?
This is Orlais, Inquisitor. I believe tonight you and... Come, dance with me. Spies will not hear us on the dance floor.
Very well. Shall we dance, Your Grace?
I'd be delighted. Have the Danish gained a sudden passion for politics? What do you know about our civil war?
What do you think I ought to know?
My brother and my dear cousin have been at each other's throats for too long.
It took great effort to arrange tonight's negotiations. Yet one party would use this occasion for blackest treason. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
Do we both want that, Lady Floriane?
I hope we are of one mind on this.
In times like these, it's hard to tell friend from foe. Is it not, Your Grace?
I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother Gaspard, and have been everywhere in the palace. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
Am I the curiosity or the concern to you, Your Grace?
A little of both, actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. I wonder what role you will play in it. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
An excellent question. I might ask the same of you, Your Grace.
If you can, try and make a lot of your court approval on the dance floor.
Everyone is alone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
I thought dangerous machinations were the national sport in Orlais.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
So there's all the...
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often.
It's a relief to do something other than fight demons and horrors.
You still face demons and horrors. These ones are simply better dressed.
Were you dancing with Duchess Lorian?
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fighting.
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
Morrigan helped me get into the servants' quarters, where I found a group of Venatori, and Gaspard's dagger.
The man would truly do anything to become Emperor.
Then, the attack on the Empress will happen tonight.
Warning Celine is pointless. She needs these talks to succeed, and to flee would admit defeat.
Then perhaps we should let her die.
I thought we were here to stop the assassination.
Listen to me carefully, Inquisitor. What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celine alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening, someone must emerge victorious.
And it doesn't need to be Celine. She's right.
Do you realize what you're suggesting, Leliana?
Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
You're asking me to decide what's best for Orlais.
More than that. Whoever controls the Imperial throne will affect all of Thebes.
You cannot stop Corypheus without a decision. You must support someone, or all is lost.
Then we should support Celine. She is the rightful ruler. Why would we say otherwise?
Because she led Orlais to this point. I say Gaspard.
I would think...
This is, however, your decision, Inquisitor. Not ours.
I can't decide this. Not yet.
You must. Even in action.
You could...
If Gaspard...
What did... She said Gaspard's mercenary captain...
Which...
Or...
Then get...
At what?
It's basically boring stuff in that, so we'll go speak with the ladies in waiting. Now we'll speak with the ambassador. Or the ambassador, then Empress.
Inquisitor, Gaspard will ruin us all. Their Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
My investigations turned up something interesting. It concerns the Grand Duke. He's made a lot of threats to the Council of Heralds.
The Grand Duke is all talk, Inquisitor. Very loud. He has never had any skill at the game.
I intercepted orders from his general to sneak soldiers into the palace tonight.
How could he behave so dishonorably? He would attack the Empress? I thought there were more handsome chevaliers on the dance floor than there should be.
I made it.
That is, I'll get...
So we will speak with the Empress about this.
I regret that we did not have time to speak earlier. No doubt you have questions about many things.
I found an elven locket sealed in the palace vault. You must have considered it quite valuable.
It was... sentimental. I don't know why I kept it. It was a foolish thing to do. What made the two of you part ways? She wanted change, and she thought I should deliver it. My word is law, Inquisitor, but laws don't command people's hearts. Culture does not transform itself overnight. She never loved me, only my influence. Wisdom is never bought cheaply.
Maybe you kept it because you still care for Briala.
I do. It is not wise, but we cannot always be wise. Thank you for coming.
So I speak with her, then we'll speak with Ambassador Briala.
Inquisitor Lavala, what brings you to me?
She kept this.
Just skip past this and that because it's...
Or she held on to it in case she needed...
That it's just talking about the Elven locket and love between them.
Look at Lady Cat. And these buckles.
They are the finest.
Toss her into the lake and...
Such a pity.
If you find more...
I still remember the day. You are an interesting one. A Dalish in the Winter Palace. More genteel than the Grand Duke. That's put this lot in their place, hasn't it?
I'd like your opinion of this gathering, milady.
It's doomed to fade, of course. Celine knows that. At least it should be amusing. We haven't had such a menagerie at court in living memory.
Have you noticed anything odd this evening?
Too few Imperial guards stand in attendance, my dear. A shame. They are so pleasantly decorative.
Good evening, milady.
There we go. We got 100 court approval. So now we'll go up to the Royal Wing. And we'll find both to blackmail them both.
Interesting.
So again, you'll have to place your weapons and your armor. The rest of her group's armor and weapon will already be placed for them. Blackmail. So here we need 2 more for that. Or 3 more, sorry.
Oh, thank you. Are you all right?
No one's supposed to be here. Briala said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted.
It takes great courage.
I knew. Now she wants to play revolution, but would you be willing to test? Absolute. If the...
Go to the ball.
So, there's that. Here's a hollow statue. Head across the hall to here. It's a hollow statue. That. And that, go down this hall and that from the Grand Duchess's old room. Don't go through at that door. Don't go through the door to your left yet. Now you need to find material to blackmail Duke Gaspard. So we'll go through here. I have 8, I'll take... There's a supply crate right here. Take it. There we go. You now have all 10 of the hollow statues. Again, don't go through there. Come out here, you'll go around to the other side. Be prepared to laugh when you see this.
What happened?
It's not what it looks like. Honestly, I would have preferred it if it were what it looks like. The Empress led me to believe I would be rewarded for betraying the Grand Duke. This was not what I hoped for.
You're telling me that Empress Celine left you naked and trussed like a roast duck?
Please, the Empress, she knows she's...
Clever Celine. I don't know which is worse. Celine for using such a tactic, or him...
I'll protect you from Gaspard if you're willing to testify about Celine's trap.
I'll do anything. Anything.
So that one goes against Celine.
Everyone in the Empire has gone completely mad.
The blackmail that you need for Gaspard will come after you fight the demons here.
Inquisitor, what a pleasure. I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
I had a feeling you were mixed up in all this.
Such a pity. You could almost be our legion, if you were just a little quicker. It was kind of you to walk into... Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would...
You don't...
In that... A pit killer. It will...
Weapons ready!
So good night.
What was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
No more demons. It's safe.
Maker? I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd feed to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
Duke Gaspard lured you out here.
Well, his sister. But all that garbage she was spewing doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had to be the mastermind.
Tell me everything you know.
The Duke wanted to move on the palace tonight, but he didn't have enough fancy chevalier. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual.
I need you to tell that to the Empress. Impressively ruthless of...
You saved my life. You want me to...
So, there we go, we got blackmail for both of them. If you can, run through here, try not to fight. And the same thing again, try not to fight. Go through the garden, you can go to your right, you'll find a room though. Come to your left, you'll find the door that you need to go through to get back to the grand ballroom. There's Florian and Duke Gaspard.
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech.
So right here, we're going to save Empress Celine.
I'm going to have a word with the Grand Duchess.
And we're going to expose her.
There's no time. The Empress will begin her speech any moment.
We are aboard one more shuttle, Your Grace. Inquisitor.
The eyes of every noble in the Empire are upon us, Your Grace. Remember to smile. This is your party. You wouldn't want them to think you had lost control.
Who would not be delighted to speak with you, Inquisitor?
I seem to recall you saying, all I needed was to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. When your archers failed to kill me in the garden, I feared you wouldn't save me this last dance. It's so easy to lose your good graces. You even framed your brother for the murder of a council emissary. It was an ambitious plan. Celine, Gaspard, the entire Council of Heralds, all your enemies under one roof.
This is very entertaining, but you do not imagine anyone believes your wild stories.
That will be a matter for a judge to decide.
Gaspard?
You lost this fight ages ago, Your Grace. You're just the last to find out. Your Imperial Majesty, I think we should speak in private, elsewhere. Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
You're the spy master. If anyone knew this atrocity was coming, it was you.
You don't deny your involvement.
I do deny it. I knew nothing of Florian's plans. But you knew it all and did nothing.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all-seeing, or that you're trying so hard to play innocent and fading.
Enough. We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
Every one of you is implicated. You all conspired to allow this to happen.
That's a bold claim, Inquisitor. Are you prepared to defend it?
Gaspard brought hired mercenaries into the palace for a coup. I have the word of his captain.
Oh, Gaspard. So predictable. Brutality is your only talent.
You don't hold the moral high ground, Briala. You did murder ambassadors and forge documents.
So what if I did? Take me down, and elves will riot in every city in the Empire.
They won't. Not when they learn you were sleeping with the woman who purged Halam Shiral's alienage. And Celine knew of Gaspard's coup and let it go far enough to hang him for treason.
You've made your point. What do you want?
You are three of the best minds in the Empire. You could do so much for Orlais and your people if you stopped fighting.
It is remarkably optimistic to believe that the three of us could ever forget our differences, Inquisitor.
I haven't actually tried it this way, so this was...
This is foolish.
We have no choice. The nobility requires an answer for what happened.
Unless you want to pretend the war was all a dream. No more dithering. We make the cut swift and clean. Kindest to all of us.
Lords and ladies of the court, we are pleased to announce that an accord has been reached. Our cousin Gaspard will now hold a place of honor in our cabinet.
Friends, we assembled are the leaders of the Empire. We must set the example for all Thedas. We cannot be at war with each other, while the Fade itself challenges our borders.
We must stand united or surely we will fall alone.
There will be no second chance for us. We cannot afford to be divided.
We will bury our dead, tend our wounded, and ready ourselves for the next charge, as all true Orlesians must.
But tonight, we celebrate the arrival of peace. Let the festivities commence!
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your victory, and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? It was most fickle, after all your efforts on their behalf.
There's plenty of opportunity for that later.
Celine wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine. Congratulations.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Morrigan.
A most gracious... I shall...
This is the best part of my night on this game. And it's the thing I will always enjoy doing.
You look troubled. This isn't over yet. Horrific.
He surely will. Is there anything I can do? Can I get you anything? A drink, perhaps?
Would you care to dance with me, Lady Josephine?
I would love to, my lady.
It's one thing I always do whenever I come here. So I dance with Lady Josephine every time. Dang, is that seriously the time already? Wow. We have been on here for 2 hours now. Hello, I'm Sherelle, and so Wicked Eyes and Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts, sorry, and Here Lies the Abyss are the two longest missions you'll find. And then it's because you're doing a lot more.
The matter is urgent.
I am well aware.
We will...
That's quite impossible.
My lady, please. May I have a word with you? Just when you've solved one crisis, another springs up to take its place. I am sorry to place this burden on your shoulders, but with the
This is about the new divine.
Josephine has already told you this is impossible.
The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse... Don't... Very...
We've leveled up. We have influence. We have a ballroom for the Inquisition. We have to judge a prisoner, which we shall do.
I do not believe a reminder is necessary for this accused. Her capture and disgrace could not have been more public. Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon, although her titles are among the dignities already at risk of forfeiture. You spared her life despite her treachery.
What becomes of it now falls to you. Out of your element, Florian. Welcome to the Inquisition. My party. Despite her posture, Lady Florian has acknowledged your authority.
Should I do as you must? I respect your mastery of the game, even as I despise your victory. Celine does not know her fortune.
Be right there to make a choice. I just want to search something up. We're going to make a gesture.
She has caused no end of misery. It's time she brought some joy. Grand Duchess Florian de Chalon, jester to the Inquisition, in flat shoes.
History's greatest malevolence, Inquisitor. I am the jest of our...
You'll be able to see her at one point. And trust me, it's hilarious to watch. Sell all of those. Should actually have enough to... No, we do not. Okay. Oh, she has... Keep mine because mine is useful, and the rest of them will go into storage. And now we will go to the war room table. We will do 2 of 3 things right now. Ah, frick. I hit the wrong button. I hit circle again and we have to go back in there. So we are now going back. We are going to speak with Liliana. Don't know why I came this way.
Have we smuggled the other memory crystal into Calpurnia's camp? We have. Here.
Even honey can't sweeten Philandris. I'll keep trying. You are no slave, Linnea. I'll add another spoonful myself, later.
I hope this link doesn't go both ways.
Dagna says not. Besides, the conversation happened days ago. While I found that interesting, this is what you must hear.
This is what you'll find interesting.
Master, forgive me. I didn't expect.
The time for your ascension is. Tell me of your preparation.
They go well enough, although I'm distracted here. If I could train at the shrine.
Only Dumat's faithful may enter. Continue as before. Or would you see the Imperium's rebirth stalled by your lack of focus?
I will be ready. As the vessel, and Tevinter's champion.
Whatever Corypheus intends for the vessel, it's happening soon.
Another deflection. Why, a dwarven bauble, as if mine was miraculously returned to me. Let's give your new owner a glimpse of her fate. Venatori, we leave.
That is all the crystal recorded before she found it. But I think it may be enough. A shrine to Dumat, Corypheus said. Where Calpurnia is forbidden to go.
Who is this Dumat that Corypheus mentioned?
An old god, worshipped in ancient Tevinter as the Dragon of Silence. He was the first to rise as an archdemon and bring the blight. Truly a god fit for Corypheus.
I bet Corypheus has something in that shrine he doesn't want Calpurnia to see.
I agree. There is much to gain here. Whatever Corypheus... Let it...
So, locating the Shrine of Dumat will only take 1 power. We will do it after we get back from Adamant. There's the Grand Duchess. I will put heraldry up here. No, that's not a decor. That was on the other one. Just hurry up. This is where we're headed next.
Adamant Fortress has...
Fortunately, a good...
That is the good news.
And the bad news?
Erimond called the ritual at the western approach a test.
But if we cut off reinforcements,
It's all...
we...
Well, you guys watch the video for this. I'll be right back.
Pull back! They're through! All right, Inquisitor. You have your way in. Best make use of it. We'll keep the main host of demons occupied for as long as we can.
I'll be fine. Just keep the men safe.
We'll do what we have to. Wardens, walk it.
It's a cheerful little video, isn't it?
For some insane ritual!
not to kill wardens. If you fall back, you won't be harmed.
All right. My men will stay back. We want no part of this. Deal with Chlorel as you must.
If you can, try and spare the wardens. Don't. Those who attack you do kill, but at most try to spare them.
Good work. Stay with my forces and see that they survive this.
I'll keep the demons off them as best I can.
That Liliana says it is true. My men do know what they're getting themselves into, but I will always try and protect them.
dead demons not so much.
We have ensured that my men have the help they need. Alright, let us keep moving. Monies. Money. Here's Hawk.
The Inquisition is inside Clarel. We have no time to stand on ceremony.
These men and women are giving their lives, Magister. That might mean little in Tevinter, but for the Wardens, it is a sacred duty. Are you ready, Jaina?
I came to save people from the Blight.
And so you shall, child.
Stop them! We must complete the ritual!
Clarel, if you complete that ritual, you're doing exactly what Ehrman wants.
What? Fighting the Blight? Keeping the world safe from Darkspawn? Who wouldn't want that? And yes, the ritual requires blood sacrifice. Hate me for that if you must, but do not hate the war.
We make the sacrifices no one else will. Our warriors die proudly for a world that will never thank them.
And then your Tevinter ally binds the mages to Corypheus.
Corypheus? But he's dead.
These people will say anything to shake your confidence, Clarel.
Bring it through!
Please! I have seen more than my share of blood magic. It is never worth the cost.
I trained half of you myself. Do not make me kill you to stop this madness.
Be ready with the ritual, Clarel. This demon is truly worthy of your strength.
Listen to me. I have no quarrel with the Wardens. I have spared those I could. I don't want to kill you, but you're being used. And some of you know it, don't you?
The mages who've done the ritual. They're not right. They were my friends, but now they're like puppets on a string.
You cannot let fear sway your mind, Warden Chernov.
He's not afraid. You are. You're afraid that you ordered all these brave men and women to die for nothing.
I honor your bravery, my brothers and sisters. But this is not the way. You have been tricked.
one who can do this.
Perhaps we could test the truth of these charges to avoid more bloodshed.
Perhaps I should bring in a more reliable ally. My master thought you might come here, Inquisitor. He sent me this to welcome you.
It's a large area in that, but there's Chlorel. This one is sort of a story in and of itself.
You've destroyed the Grey Wardens.
You did that to yourself, you stupid bitch. All I did was dangle a little power before your eyes, and you couldn't wait to get your hands bloody. You could have served a new god.
I will never serve the Blight.
And more victory, and peace, vigilance, and death, sacrifice. That's pretty much just falling. So it's where you actually learn what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Where are we? We were falling. Is this... Are we dead?
No. The Inquisitor used the mark to open another rift. We fell through. I believe we're in the Fade.
The Fade looked much different.
The first time I entered the Fade, it looked like a lovely castle filled with gold and silks. I met a marvelous desire demon, as I recall. We chatted and ate grapes before he attempted to possess me. Yes, I hear your harrowings are slightly more strenuous. Perhaps the difference is that we are here physically. This is no one's dream.
The stories say you walked out of the Fade at Haven. Was it like this?
How should I know? I'm not exactly an authority on the subject.
What was it like last time?
I don't even remember last time.
Well, whatever happened at Haven...
You know...
There. Imagine it. To walk in the Fade and survive.
There's no guarantee that we're going to survive this.
So while we do a bit of both,
We should look around.
and I'll show you what each of these are for. So they each give you one ability point. And then they're basically fears. Fears of dreamers and that, so we'll go through them each time.
By the Maker. Could that be?
I greet you, Warden. And you, Champion.
Divine Justinia.
Most holy.
Cassandra.
From the little I remember of what happened at Haven, I thought you were dead.
I fear the Divine is indeed dead.
You think, in truth,
Sure.
I am here? You do not remember what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, Inquisitor.
No, I don't.
The memories you have lost were taken by the demon that serves Corypheus. It is the night.
I would
You will have your chance, brave Warden. This place of darkness.
How do we hurt it?
We should likely focus on escaping the Fade.
You hurt it by escaping the Fade and leading your people against Corypheus.
That wasn't what I meant.
I know. But for now, when these are your memories.
Run where you can! Warn them!
What's going on here?
Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
Chat isn't important. The more the videos are, the memories. And if you can't tell, those are Grey Wardens.
Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone, help me! What's going on here?
So, your mark did not come from Andraste. It came from the orb Corypheus used in his ritual.
Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself. When you disrupted his plan, the orb bestowed the anchor upon you instead.
So this was what? An accident?
And if you do, you have
Something.
Those were their actions led to her death.
I assumed he had taken their minds, as you come.
Oh.
Could that truly have been the most holy?
Justinia was unarmed and unprepared. She could not have defended herself against the creatures of the Fade.
No demon would have been so helpful without asking something in return.
And what of the demon she mentioned? This night sounds dangerous.
A demon that still speaks. After what it did to my fellow wardens, I pray we find some way to strike it down.
Ah, we have a visitor. Some silly little girl comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from her shoulders. You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think that pain will make you stronger? What fool filled your mind with such beauty? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home, so by all means let me return what you have forgotten.
If you come across any mirrors as well, go up to them and take what they have as well. Like right here.
What are those things?
What could that be?
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. What's it like living as an apostate, Vivian? You really think you'll reclaim your power in the Circle? At your age? Greetings, Dorian. It is Dorian, isn't it? For a moment I mistook you for your father.
Rather uncalled for.
Your Inquisitor is a fraud, Cassandra. Yet more evidence there is no Maker, that all your faith has been for naught.
Die in the void, demon.
Did you think you mattered, Hawk? Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? You're a failure, and your family died knowing it.
Of course.
Minor demons, little fears scurrying to serve the nightmare and feed on its scraps.
And they take the form of spiders.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek it. With each moment.
Keep running!
Go!
That's how I escaped.
The demon! Keep running! Ah!
Yes.
They thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade, but it was the Divine behind me. And then you... She died.
Yes.
So this creature is simply a spirit. I think we all knew that was the case, Warden.
I am sorry if I disappoint you.
The only thing that's important right now is getting out of the Fade. Whatever you are, you've helped us so far.
What we do know is that the mortal divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
As I said, the Grey Wardens responsible for that crime were under the control of Corypheus. We can discuss this further once we return to Adamant.
Yes, Adamant. where the Inquisition faces an army of demons raised by the Wardens.
How dare you judge us? You tore Kirkwall apart and started the Mage Rebellion.
To protect innocent mages, not madmen drunk on blood magic.
Even without the influence of Corypheus,
The Wardens.
they might still be useful.
This debate can wait until we're out of danger.
Inquisitor.
The nightmare has found.
Form up. I'm with you.
I suppose we should follow the Divine. Whatever she is our way out of here.
Warden Stroud, how must it feel to devote your whole life to the Wardens, only to watch them fall? Or worse, to know that you were responsible for their destruction. When the next blight comes, will they curse your name?
With the Maker's blessing, we will end this vengeance.
Don't worry about if you have 12 potions or more potions, and the more potions perk, sorry. Don't worry about your potions and that you will do fine without them.
I am your every fear come to life. I am the veiled hand of Corypheus himself. The demon army you fear, I command it. They are bound all through me.
Ah, so if we banish you, we banish the demons.
Be honest, he's not very smart.
Faster, but that's a big one.
I find them a lot easier here. The Pride Demons, I find them easier up here. Not it's... Can't explain it. Oops. That is how you do that. Again, please, don't try and do me. It won't actually let you jump off here, which I find pretty smart. But even if it did, I would. From here, we only have one more fear or dreamer to find and take care of. Then I'll show you a little something when we get down there. This is where I like to save.
Hard to trust my footing in this place.
Yes. Yes, it is hard to trust it. We are actually headed over here. Just kind of says like how people would have died. Head through from Corypheus winning. Don't believe any of it. It's pretty simple because you're not going to die by Corypheus. But over there is your last mirror. So now we can't really do much right now because we are there, but now if you ever look at your stats, you'll notice where they're at, then you'll notice that they go up. And then this just tells you a lot about what you are and what you have in certain areas. Like the focus I have is 200. Maximum focus is 200. That mana, stamina, the maximum I can have, combat experience points, my level, any cooldown modifiers I have, my health, my armor rating, not everything like that. It's then you can see that for every one of them. Dorian. Oh, I have one more Dorian. Yeah.
Look!
So yeah, finish fighting them. It's your barrier strength right there.
We are victorious once more.
Now right here, as you come down through here and that, try not to miss it, because you won't get a chance to go back. But here you loot this. And that's that. Now one thing I do whenever I come in here and that is my mark of my rift. I leave that alone. I let that build up. There's the demon. So that's the nightmare demon. That giant spider is what they were going to pull through if we hadn't gotten there in time.
I grow fat on your fear. You cannot stand against me.
We're almost there!
You are nothing.
There's your fate to get a fate rift to get out.
We need to go! No, you were right. The Grey Warden... A warden must help them rebuild... Corypheus is mine.
Hawk.
Say goodbye to Varric for me.
I choose Warden to come with me because Hawk is right.
Always make a dash.
Because Hawk is right. Warden Shroud needs to rebuild the Grey Wardens, and I gave them that chance too. I love this.
With the nightmare banished, Corypheus lost both his warden mages and his demon army. But in the stories your soldiers will tell, their Inquisitor broke the spell with the Maker's blessing.
They came out of this alive. As far as I'm concerned, they can tell what...
And I suspect this will not be the last story they tell about you.
Inquisitor, the Archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared. The Venatori Magister is unconscious but alive. Cullen thought you might wish to deal with him yourself. As for the Wardens, those who weren't corrupted helped us fight the demons.
We stand ready to help make up for Clarel's tragic mistake.
Where is the champion? Hawke is not with us.
Hawke sacrificed his life to save us and strike a decisive blow against Corypheus.
The champion is gone.
He gave his life not because he'd sworn an oath or been marked as special, but because someone had to do it.
Stroud, you're the senior surviving Grey Warden. What do we do now?
You stay and do whatever you can to help. Stroud believes that the Wardens are worth saving, and I trust him. You're still vulnerable to Corypheus, and possibly his Venatori. But there are plenty of demons that need killing.
After all that, you give them yet another chance?
Are you flinging these fools at demons now, my dear? Couldn't you just use rocks?
While they do that, I'll report to the Wardens at Weishaupt. We won't be caught off guard by Corypheus again.
Thank you, your worship. We will not fail you.
Maker watch over your Inquisition. It has been an honor.
We are going to judge the prisoners when we get back to Skyhold right now. And then we are going to choose what to do next. We will go to the Shrine of Dumat tonight.
One final report. He's on his way to Weishaupt. As for the Grey Wardens, they are fighting demons in Red Templar. Hugh dealt Corypheus a significant blow, Inquisitor. We owe much of that to Hawke. And to the... Yes. While you best... When you have it... What would... Divine Justinia. Our soul...
Leveled up.
It is all a grand jest. Ha!
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found him alive, offering extreme resistance. Like, to say nothing of justice you might personally require for what...
Countless better men and...
I reckon...
On the
Because they fear... I serve a living god. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
Since death is a validation for you, I will delay it. Lord Livius Eramond of Varantium, you'll spend the rest of your days in the deepest, darkest hole we can find.
We shall see which of us outlives.
You'll be surprised by this next one, as I was at first,
Another
too.
of the lingering pains of Adamant, your worship. Seruth is a senior warden of the Order. She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this. In fact, she surrendered to us. She requests no mercy. She wants the public justice of the headman's axe.
You're very serious about this. Is more death the answer?
There is no excuse for my actions.
Except...
It is wrong that this broke me. I've done worse with full sanction. I can do nothing except be an example of the cost.
The Inquisition stands for faith. Our work has greater purpose. Sometimes we need a reminder. Seruth, the Herald of Andraste forgives you in her name. Find peace in that.
Your worship, I will try.
Going to
It's
skip
time to plan our next attack.
most of this talk.
Our alliance with Orlais holds. For the present. They'll send aid on request.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus' followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Perhaps they'll rethink following the Darkspawn Magister from the dawn of time. Where is Corypheus now?
After Adamant, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds and sent them marching south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
We strike Corypheus now, while his people are reeling. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking Elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately, I can assume...
And this is where I skip. Because I do not enjoy listening to her talk.
This. I restored this. I call it. As for the rest...
So from here and that we will go to the war table.
Fertile ground even here. This hold has everything.
Thank you for Haven and your efforts at Therenford. I am committed to serve your worship.
We'll do the Shrine of Dumont, and then I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. I don't take solos out enough. I don't take solos out enough, and maybe he can weigh in on a bit of this.
This is the shrine Corypheus hid from Calpurnia.
It is far, far too quiet.
A shrine to one of the old gods.
We won't go up to that door yet. We're going to head down here, and I will show you why.
Awake in a world twisted into perversion and ruin. Awake only to discover the light of wisdom has gone black. Samson has failed, but Calpurnia stands ready.
It seems Corypheus has been collecting his thoughts.
Did the others claim we brought darkness into the world. We discovered the darkness. We claimed it as our own. Let it permeate our being. If the others have not returned, they are lost. I am alone in my glory. A slave girl who burned with potential, ignored by all save myself. Her master did not see it. No one saw it. The world has gone craven and blind.
Now we find 2 of those memory stones up here, 1 right here.
How does this age stand such desolation? They sing to a maker who answers no prayers. Once I have ascended, I will be their answer. I will be.
No, he won't. And here's the last one.
I recited the old verses, how easily they come even after so long a slumber. Yet still I do not feel the presence of Dumont. Hear no whispers, no commands, silence as before.
So those are all his memories.
Light the burner, add a teaspoon of cinnamon. Came down in fire and splendor. Chapter 9, verse 1.
That's a spell of containment, a powerful one.
What is this? Who are you?
That is very restless am I, a scholar of Tevinter. To Corypheus I am bound to answer every question. For Gelsenius' sake, I am lost.
Corypheus did this to you, on Calpurnia's behalf.
She knows not of I am a ruin, the jeweled husk when the butterfly leaves. I was the greatest scholar of the old gods in Mimrathus. No, in the Imperium. One night, he came to my door.
for my relics, I thought, my writings and runes. But instead, my slave went to his side, Calpurnia, to become the vessel and save Tevinter.
If Calpurnia is this vessel, what are the contents going to be?
I do not know. It must be some sort of power. Power like Ephemians, risen in flame.
Is that why Calpurnia joined Corypheus? To save your empire?
Yes, she seeks a leader, Corypheus, to shape Tevinter's rebirth. She would raise up the slaves as she was raised. Bring a new order with a heart of steel. She could do it if she were not the vessel.
Now Corypheus and Calpurnia threaten us all. Stand against them with me.
No, it is Calpurnia who will be destroyed. Corypheus crafts a vessel for whatever power he seeks, yes. But he does not need his vessel to have free will. About her, these same chains will fall. I am to cage lightning. My binding is the poor pencil sketch. Calpurnia will be the masterpiece.
Corypheus couldn't risk Calpurnia's spies bringing her the truth.
No fool he, nor she. Oh, his chain has broken.
Or it will kill us. Corypheus is not above placing such a trap.
Corypheus' circle will hold its destruction within. Tight. No fear. Only freedom.
We need the information you have, but you don't have to suffer. If I make you tranquil, you can still help us. There will be no more pain.
To mind my mind. What is left? Yes. Fetch your mages. I will take silence at last.
Just every time I go into there and that, it's just tough to see the Magister like that.
Inquisitor, is there something I can do for you? I should really focus my attention on the injured. We need all the help. Good health is... I wonder what it is that gives Grey... I should like... Would that... Have you heard of the new procedures coming out of Orlais? Oh. Somewhat off-color today, Inquisitor? An excess of... Might I bleed you, or...
try not to touch the leeches. They are...
Huh.
Just doing my job.
I enjoy coming down here after I've dealt with Aramond.
With allies come enemies, and now we have a place to hold them.
Guys, within reason, there he is.
The reports from our agents at the shrine are intriguing. You were correct. Once Calpurnia becomes the vessel, she will lose her freedom. Magister Erasthenes has been most helpful, even grateful, as much as a tranquil can be.
He must have suffered a long time, if tranquility suits him.
It does. He seems more than pleased to repay your mercy. Corypheus's notes mention a place where regret dwells. That is more of a mystery. Until the notes are deciphered, I intend rumors of the binding ritual to reach Calpurnia's ears.
Why waste time with rumors? Warn her.
We are the enemy, Inquisitor. She suspects Corypheus, but she knows we work against her. Breaching his sanctum might give Corypheus pause. Yet Calpurnia is silent. We have given her something to think about.
So that's that. Now we will go to Exalted Plains and the Emerald Graves to be able to get the power we need. But that will be for another day. I really hope you guys enjoyed this stream and that it was longer than usual and that we did quite a bit. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit the like button down below. And that if you want to see more awesome content and click that bell so you get notifications every time I go live. I hope you guys have a wonderful whole night, and we will see you next stream.